Hey foodies! So today we'll be making a barbecue meaty pizza, and guess what guys, we won't be using any oven. If you're interested in learning how I made this delicious barbecue meaty pizza, sit back and let's get right into the recipe. My name is Nina. Welcome to Ninalicious Foods channel. First, we'll be proofing our yeast, and to do this, we'll be adding 1 tablespoon of yeast and half tablespoon of sugar in a clean bowl. Then we'll dissolve the yeast and sugar with warm water. Not hot water or cold water, guys, warm water. Then you cover it with a cloth and leave to proof for 10 minutes. With instant yeast, you don't need proofing. Next, in a mixing bowl, add 1.5 cup of flour, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. You can also use olive oil, it's more preferable. Then we'll mix it all together. I'll be listing the full list of ingredients and measurements in the description box below. Do check it out. So our yeast has been proofing for 10 minutes, and once you see the floating bubbles, you know that the yeast is ready to be used. Now we'll be adding the yeast to the flour mix and we'll mix it all together. At this stage, I prefer to use a spatula or a spoon to mix to avoid sticky fingers. You can add more yeast as desired, but make sure you don't add too much, as we want a firm dough and not a runny dough. Keep mixing for 1 minute till there are no loose flour in the mix. Then we'll be greasing our palms with vegetable oil to avoid the dough sticking to our fingers. Then we'll knead the dough gently for 2 minutes and allow to rest for 1 hour. Just knead it gently, guys. You can also add some vegetable oil to your bowl to avoid the dough sticking to the bowl. Now we'll be putting the dough back in the bowl. We'll cover it with a dry cloth and leave to rest for 1 hour whilst we prep our toppings. We'll be cutting our green and red bell peppers now. You can cut them to your desired shape and size. Also ensure you remove the seeds from the peppers, as we won't be needing them. And don't forget to wash your peppers thoroughly with salt water. Remember, you can cut the veggies to your desired shape and size. I love mine long because of how it looks in pictures. I also cut some onions. I forgot to record myself whilst cutting mine. Now we'll be cutting our beef into tiny bits. This works perfectly if you don't have minced beef handy. Personally, I prefer my beef this way, as a meaty pizza, as you all know, is about the meat. We'll also be using chicken for our meaty pizza, and to season the chicken, we'll be adding some salt, some onion powder, some black pepper, some Suya pepper spice, some seasoning cube. I'm using no beef. Then we'll season our beef. We'll be adding the same seasoning as I did with the chicken. Check the description bar for the full ingredients list as well as the measurements. Make sure you mix them all properly. For the chicken, I love to rub the seasoning into the chicken properly, and also don't forget to turn it to the other side to also season it. I forgot to add some ginger and garlic, so that's what I'm adding here. And as I said, for the chicken, make sure you turn it to the other side to ensure that the seasoning gets on both sides. In a pan, pour in 4 cooking spoons of vegetable oil and fry your chicken as well as your beef. Fry for 4 to 5 minutes till the chicken and beef is fully done. Our dough has been resting for 1 hour, and as you can see, it has increased in size. It's now time to knead it properly. To properly knead the dough, we'll be sprinkling some flour on our tabletop, and this will ensure that the dough does not stick on the tabletop. Now we'll knead it properly. Knead it for close to 10 minutes, and then we'll move on to make our pizza. As I said earlier, guys, we'll be using our pan to make this pizza. You have to spread it out properly to ensure that the dough covers the pan. Please, guys, if you're enjoying this recipe, please like and subscribe to my channel. Please support me. Thank you. Now it's time to mix our barbecue sauce, and we'll be adding some barbecue sauce dip, some hot sauce, some ketchup, some sweet chili sauce, and finally some Maggi liquid seasoning. I'll be linking everything down in the description box. Then we'll mix it thoroughly, and it's ready to be spread on our pizza dough. Spread it generously to your required taste. I love barbecue pizza, so I ensure that the whole pizza dough is covered with the barbecue sauce, and trust me, it makes the pizza really delicious. Just rub it in properly, rub it generously till it's well coated with the barbecue sauce. Now it's time for our toppings. We'll be adding some green and red bell peppers. Add them to your desired taste and quantity. Then we'll be adding some cheese. Usually I use mozzarella cheese, but since it wasn't available, I just had to make do with the cheese I had at home. Now we'll be adding some shredded chicken. Add as much as you want. Don't be stingy with it. After all, what's a meaty pizza without meat? Next, we'll be adding our beef, which we fried earlier. You see why I like the chopped beef to the shredded beef? Because of the chunky little chunks of meat you have whilst eating the pizza. Now you can add your onions. And guys, our pizza is ready to go to the stove. Put it on the stove for 25 minutes on low heat. Also cover the pan so the heat can cook the pizza thoroughly. Voila, guys, our meaty pizza is ready. Trust me, guys, this pizza is delicious. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the recipe. I enjoyed making it, and I also enjoyed eating it. If you try out this recipe, please leave me a comment below. Give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Bye.